AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, team. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show.
Yeah! So goofy. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another exciting AfterBuzz TV after show for America's Got Talent. This is week 9, night 1, episode 16. 16 episodes in already, and we still have such a long way to go. But before we do anything else, my name is Emile Ennis Jr, and I'm joined here today with...
Go ahead.
Kaori. Takee.
Yes!
I said it, guys. Congratulations.
I knew you were going to quiz him. And I'm Kyra Batte. I won't stump you today.
Don't stump me. And we're missing AJ Gibson once again, but you can catch him right after this show at 11 on the Love in the Wild after show. So yeah, let's get right to it. We started this week with Lion Dance Me. And, you know, it's a dance act who I don't think any of us really like them that much. I think we're all in agreement there, right?
Yeah, I would say they do not interest me very much.
I thought they were okay.
It's little.
I'm the lightest of all of you guys.
I mean, it's
okay.
Little dragons hopping around on steel poles. I mean,
which is cute.
It's cute.
They blink. They open their mouths. They have teeth, tongues.
That's great, but but like, okay, I get the fact that it's a little dangerous. Well, not a little. It's very dangerous because if one of them falls and then hurts their crotch because they fell on one of those poles,
my God.
And then I think it's complicated too because
well, a horse could do that.
Yeah, a horse could do that. Well, is he still in the competition? I think so.
I think so. He's my boy.
Oh,
he's my boy.
He made it to New York, right? Or New Jersey?
The crotch guy.
Yeah, the crotch guy, horse.
Or ball boy, whatever you want to call
him. We'll have to wait and see.
But why horse?
Why are we talking about horse?
We can talk about horse next time. I just want to know, why was his name horse? Does anyone know why his name is horse?
I could turn that dirty, but I'm not going to. Because, I mean,
no,
sorry.
I'm the same thing, but I'm not going to say it out loud. Yeah. D ends with a K.
I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me.
Now she gets
I was confused.
You remember when that couple was like, he hung his,
But yeah, okay. As for these dancers, I think that they definitely do have talent. It's definitely not easy to be on those steel poles and balance and do handstands and do it in unison so it looks like the dragon's
Do they do handstands?
Well, I think he's doing it upside down.
Oh, yeah.
But, however, I just don't feel like I would pay $20 to go watch them at a stadium in Vegas.
I wouldn't pay anything to see them.
I would love to see them in Chinatown on Chinese New Year's. I think it would be really cute.
That's
they should
great.
come to downtown LA and do that.
That's just like why can't I remember their names? The band from last week where we said they could be in the parade with all the all the black guys
in the New Orleans parade.
The band, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember their name for the life of me.
But they were good.
So it's something like that where that
we're just like
that act may not necessarily be for Vegas, but it definitely can have another outlet.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's the right stage for them, and I don't want to see them come back.
Wow, that's a harsh one.
And you're right. I will agree. It's not a Vegas thing.
Yeah.
Not
a
Vegas
thing. No.
All right.
But
and they will not be coming back.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's our prediction, or that's my prediction.
Our prediction.
I think so. I think that I do think the Asian population might really enjoy them. That is my suspicion.
Do you enjoy them?
But no,
Can that be a show? Asian population.
Cute.
I seen a type of Chinese dance just like that at my Chinese friend's wedding, and they were doing that all on tables and everything. So I think it's a very unique thing among the world, but in China it's a common art form. So I don't know. I don't know if
Isn't
they're
there-
any particularly better than
In China,
the other
isn't there a city now that's like similar to Vegas? They built a.
one. I don't know.
I
But
read-
China's pretty amazing.
I read that somewhere. Maybe they can do it in that.
I was just gonna suggest.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe, yeah. That's
Maybe.
True.
So next we have Turf, and you know we all love Turf,
We do.
especially AJ. And you know Turf is this contortionist. He has this struggling background where his mother kicked him out and didn't support him, blah blah. And now he's doing his shows in Vegas, and he's really good. And I think when the act first started out, I wasn't necessarily that into it though.
I was with you there. I remember
Just
that.
because
I was with you there as well.
I think because we have such high expectations for him, and we just weren't seeing that much from him. But then he kind of stepped it up, and then when they had the screen, the background behind him, where it was like copies of himself on the background, I thought that was really interesting.
But wait, when did you guys think that he stepped it up? When was the pivotal moment?
Are you talking about like this episode? or?
Just this act.
What did he do? He did like something where
Can't even remember.
he flipped
Look at
around.
you.
He flipped around, and then he like started to walk while he was like.
But he always does that, doesn't he? Or am I wrong?
I mean, that's the thing about Turf is that I am very impressed with him. I think he's amazing. I enjoy it. I think he deserves to be in the top 4 and move on. But I'm concerned that America will get bored with him. I'm concerned.
Well, then I am America. I mean, and it has nothing to do with him. Like, I know this is the first, no, like the first, I'm sorry. But I think that, I mean, I get it, and I love the story. I think half of it has to do with people overhyping him, and, I always read the news and gossip, and it was saying he was one of the best, so then I have all these high expectations, and then when I see him do the same thing, but again, I'm not a big fan of the contortionist dancing, and it's nothing to do with him personally. I don't know. It just makes me cringe. But I didn't think he stepped it up. The only thing I thought that was really cool in the act was when they, made him like multiply behind a million times. And I don't think that's him stepping up. I think that was really like the show. But I already got bored with him, unfortunately, because I really do like him. But I unfortunately got bored with him.
Maybe if they added some more elements to his act.
I mean,
and they will probably.
He does pick good music. I really like the music he chooses. But I did not like the Will.i.am piece that he did today. He did, I forget, but it was very famous. But like you both said, when they started having the images of him, and it was kind of like him times infinity.
85.
Infinity, yeah.
Pretty cool. But it's not like like you said, like the third time around, you're like, I see this. He keeps doing that, and I'm impressed with him every time. And he chooses the right music, and he's getting more flashy. I think he's probably going to become more and more flashy. But
hopefully.
I still feel like I need to see something more.
I think the main
scared
reason
of
why
bored.
some of us were underwhelmed, or for me, was because the stage is so massive, and it's just one guy on stage just doing his contortionist act, and maybe it's a little too big for him. Like the street's different than this big, humongous stage in New Jersey.
But he's got lots of guts, and like Sharon Osbourne said, like props to him for being there, being solo, and wowing the crowd and being there constantly.
Yeah.
Like he intrigues me a lot more than the next act that we're going to be talking about.
The Always Band. They sang Lady Gaga Telephone, and I haven't been a fan of them from the beginning because
Ditto.
the lead singer really bothers me because his voice, I don't think, is that amazing. He's just screaming. I think there's nothing wrong with being cocky, and then there's nothing wrong with being confident either, but his confidence kind of comes off as cocky and is not backed up.
Do you guys think he's cocky? I don't even really try to pay attention.
I think he's kind of cocky.
I mean, the first thing that came to my mind every time I see them is, did they practice? That's really how I feel. I feel like they're not practicing enough or something. Something is lacking.
The lead singer's voice.
The lead singer. I mean, they even mentioned it. Like one of the judges said, you guys need to practice with a pitch person because there's something going on here.
Yeah, it was horrible. The moment he opened his mouth, I was like, for real? Are you serious? And then even before the previews, I thought that guy was wearing a wig. I didn't know that was his real hair. I just look and I think bad 80s rock, like wannabe rock band who doesn't even sing 80s. Like, is awful.
Who was it? Howie? Howie that said you shouldn't have your. It was Howie or Howard. One of them said you shouldn't have your name as a tampon.
Oh,
yeah, Howie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Is it a tampon? Because I think it's a pad.
It's a pad.
Oh, a pad. Sorry, I don't know the specifics.
That's good.
I would hope I didn't know.
Yeah, that's okay
I'm
if you
a
do.
secret
That's
guy. But yeah,
I hope they don't go on.
they're not gonna.
You're
They're
like,
not gonna.
oh, I
make
hope
through.
you go on. No.
If you look at all the other acts
No.
we had tonight, there's no way they can make
Song
it
choice
through.
was horrible.
There's
You're
no way they
right.
can make it
Thank
through.
you. You make me feel so much better.
I'm
Thank
glad,
you.
I'm glad.
And if they make it through, then cupcakes on you next week.
Can we do that regardless?
Oh,
Great.
all right, yeah.
That'd be great. The next act was Holly Magic, and I think for me, I wasn't terribly impressed when the act started, just because I felt like we were seeing the same thing over and over again, the whole levitating thing, and I didn't think they should have made it to New Jersey anyway. But then when the pole went through her, okay, let's back up.
But that is what happened, though.
It's what happened, but the pole, I mean, it went through her. It looked like it went through her crotch. So it was like she was balancing on the pole, and then the pole went through her. And when I say a pole, I'm talking about an actual pole.
It pretty much looked like a knife, a sword, or something, kind of. Right? I mean, you jumped off the seat.
Because it looked like it went through her, and it was bothering me
did
because
look
I
like it
couldn't,
went through
I
her.
couldn't look away, but I couldn't.
But I didn't look like it was. Sorry, guys. The crotch area, because it was too up here.
Yeah, it was up
I
here.
was making sure, because you know me, the skeptic, Eric Diddleman. It wasn't in this area. It was really here.
So maybe she has like a hole in her stomach.
No, there's a trick. There's no
gotta be a
way that
trick.
she comes back and the
Really? You mean it doesn't really go
it
through
has
her
to be a
stomach?
trick. You know, I believe
Yeah,
it.
definitely. It has to. It has to. If there's a skeptic, I mean, yeah, definitely. But I don't know how they did it.
She has a deformity where she doesn't have anything right here, and she can just go straight through.
I mean,
And then how did her clothes get sewn back together then?
right away. I don't
There's
know.
a flap right there. It's Velcro. Pop
flap.
it back on.
I mean, the thing is, like,
Okay, that's
when they
pretty
were in Vegas and they did the levitating act, I was not impressed. I did
Boring.
not understand
Agreed.
how they made it to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came up to this audition, and I think they might make it to the next round
Yeah.
because they were impressive. I mean, you couldn't take your eyes off of them, even though you
Yeah.
were really scared.
Yeah, I did my all face. So
Mhm.
How does that
clearly-
look like?
And you did it twice.
I
When they
did.
did the replay,
I did.
it was another jump. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they are one of the stronger magic acts. Actually, no, they're not one of the stronger
No,
magic acts.
Spencer's.
No.
well, if you count that as magic, I do. Spencer is amazing.
Wait, who's
when he
Spencer
comes.
again?
The escape artist.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh
when
my
we
God,
talk
he's
about
my
that,
boy.
I have things to say about that.
Good or bad?
I'm just not impressed.
Oh
my!
Because see, this is why we're glad you're back,
Thank
Kaori,
you.
because Kyra and I agree
Keep a
on
balanced opinion in
every
America.
single thing, and you and
Everything.
AJ disagree with us every single time.
But you know what? It was kind of weird on the show because we're like, oh yeah. I just didn't even think that somebody could disagree with our opinions because I was just like, we're so spot on.
We're
we know
always
what's going
right.
on. But now that there's, you were like a breath of fresh air. You're
Well-
opening my eyes. How can you not like
I
Spencer?
mean, we're still right, but
You guys are always right until you're wrong.
which is never.
never.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they're one of the stronger acts, and I don't know how far they're gonna make it. I don't think they're gonna make it to next week.
How do you
honestly.
guys think that she didn't break her back though? I mean, she just can't be hovering like that. I mean, there's something
I
that's
guess she's
got to
just
be
really
holding her.
flexible
Well,
and can balance. Maybe she's strong. I don't know.
She does not look like she has abs of steel like Rebecca, and
Does-
in Rebecca and Donovan.
I think maybe only
How does
something towards the core of the body is holding
But she was
her.
floating on nothing. Could you just like go like this? My back would
Some
hurt.
kind of
I feel
trick.
like, yeah, it has to be like glass or I don't know, but core cable. I don't know.
Yeah, I was very impressed with
Okay,
this.
I will agree, but I don't think they're one of the stronger acts. Though,
No.
But I wasn't. I was like, how did they? That's what I thought.
How did they? How did they do it?
I'm,
How
yeah,
did
I'm
they
waiting
do
for
it?
somebody to tell
That's
me.
true.
but- yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Well, I've always been interested. Did you guys ever see like at Six Flags, they had the magic stores, and I always wanted to go in there and like buy the little magic sets to see if I could do like magic tricks.
I bought a couple sets of those.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well,
Have some.
I was thinking I might want to, do that now in my current time. So, if I go to Amazon through AfterBuzz TV's website, there's a banner right at the top. It's an Amazon banner. If you click that banner, you can purchase magic sets and anything else you desire, pretty much anything. And yeah, just go straight to our website, AfterBuzzTV.com, click the banner, and you can make all your purchases through there. It's the same website that you always see. There's no gimmicks or anything. We're not trying to get your information, as one of my friends said. We're just trying to
Stay on the show.
I know,
Yeah.
stay alive. Keep AfterBuzz running. But yeah, do us a favor and make all your purchases through Amazon. I actually purchased. I finally purchased the Scandal DVD set for that. fan.
Oh, nice.
And she was like, "Yeah, I got my DVD set." And I was like, "Great." So that's great.
Okay, good. So one of your people or your raffle worked.
Mhm.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yep. $20 well spent.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though. You know.
Yeah, I still haven't bought it for myself.
Going places.
Big places.
Big places.
So next we have the Lisa Clark dancers. And I know you have a lot to say about them. We probably all have a lot to say about them because
All in agreement here.
At least this is the one thing we all agree about.
Easy to
Finally.
be
They
on the
were
know.
awesome. Just kidding.
you look like you're one of the dancers there.
Or what? No, what were they doing?
So you guys were talking smack about the little mini one in the middle.
In the front, that was so
She was off the
And you
whole
all know
time.
she was so off. I mean,
Just
at
by a
least the beat.
millisecond.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, yeah, being off by a millisecond is very crucially wrong when it comes to being judged on America's Got Talent.
But Kyra made a good point. Like, you should not be in the front. I mean, she was the shortest though.
I get it.
But
yeah.
she needs to be in the back or not included at all.
Yes, thank you. I
Yeah,
think
not
that
included
why
at all.
you put
That
her
would
in
have been
the front.
fine. But what difference does it make? Honestly, even with or without her, that act was boring. The music
Yeah.
was lame. It was slow. And, oh my gosh, thank goodness, I think it was Howie,
Yeah.
right? He buzzed them. I'm like, thank goodness he
Mm-hmm.
buzzed them. And whatever he said, he was dead on. He said, you guys suck, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I needed to hear.
I mean, I don't understand why the other judges didn't buzz them either because they all
was
agreed
shocked.
that they kind of sucked. And then I thought it was funny how one of the lead dancer, or I guess one of the older members, she was like, well, you know, I know that America will like us. I was like, no. And then she's like, but Lisa Clark's an amazing choreographer. And somebody was like, boo.
Yeah. They got booed quite a couple times
Yeah.
there.
And it was well said. I don't think the choreographer. I mean, I am not the greatest choreographer, but I don't think that the choreography was really that genius. I mean, sometimes
Yes.
I look at choreography. I mean, I'm not like a dancer by all means, but I take dance class at the Edge. And sometimes when they get their musicality, you're like, oh, that was genius. Believe it or not, dancing can be genius. There was nothing about that was very different or smart. And I just thought that, like, especially the girl that was off, when you are going to beats just like the Scott brothers, you know
Yeah.
how they and
Oh,
like
I love that.
whirl like the
Love
I
that.
mean forgive me, but the whole doot, like they're doing something.
Yeah.
If you were off, you can't go like doot, you know, it's
Yeah,
it doesn't
no.
make sense, and you can even tell as an untrained eye for someone who doesn't dance it's totally off. I'm surprised the judges didn't say anything about that. I
I'm
mean, I guess
surprised
a
they made
mistake
it
is a
to New
mistake.
York.
You're right, yeah, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I'm really not even trying to be mean, but I was really disappointed.
Just keeping it real.
And then they keep saying, oh, we can do ballet and hip-hop and tap and jazz. Then where's the tap? Where's the jazz? Where's the ballet? Because
Yeah,
all
why
I
can't
keep
they
seeing is you
combine
being a
that? Yeah.
mime. That's all I
Yeah.
see is you being a mime.
but
I
how
don't
much more
get it.
interesting would it be even if they did all those different kind of things? I mean, I feel
Good
like
point. Yeah.
I mean, they're at their height right now.
They should just do a
point.
recital. I'm sure they'll be famous in their town wherever Lisa Clark is.
Oh yeah,
That's
they're-
right.
yeah. Lisa Clark is
Lisa
probably
Clark is.
amazing. Where
Go
she
LC.
is, but a Vegas act is a hard act to pull,
Mm-hmm.
and that isn't cutting it, boys and girls.
That's right.
Mm-mm.
I could do a
agreed.
Vegas act.
You can,
What will my act be?
but
Being
I thought you
black?
were gonna sing.
Brown People Edition.
All right. The Aurora Light Painters. Okay, so this act, I really enjoy. I enjoyed this act so much because I thought it was something that was creative, unique. We see, it's cool how they freeze the people in the frame, however you want to call it, whatever they do. And you know, they said this time their story was Monsters Under a Bed. And I'm sure all of us thought a little bit about Monsters Inc., you know, the Pixar movie.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, I'm ready to see this story. And then they have like the creepy lady who's like pretending to be a little girl asleep in bed. And then all of a sudden these monster eyes pop up everywhere. And you know, I thought it was a cute little story. And then the ending kind of threw me off because like the monster basically draws, or they draw a present that she gets from the monster, and then she basically opens the box that she got from the monster, and it's
not working out.
she like popped. It was supposed to be supposed to be monster eyes, but she like popped the balloons out because they didn't like float out like they're supposed to.
That was the funniest part about the whole thing. It was the funniest part. Do the impression.
She was like,
Come on.
And it was so obvious. She was like, go on.
Yeah.
and then to make it even worse, then she pulled out the little stuffed animal of the little monster
dude.
And like all the judges, there was no applause whatsoever.
I know.
Oh, that was
Dead
weird.
silence.
It was very weird. And I think it was mixed because it wasn't a boo, but it wasn't. It was just like what? Just
I think people were like, "Are we done here? Is there more? What is going on?"
That was so awkward.
Or it could have been like us, where we were just confused by the ending.
I mean, look, Aurora Lights, when they first came on for their first audition, I was amazed. I was like, "Wow, they've got so much to show." I do want to see more of them, but this was a very disappointing act.
Yeah, definitely.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah.
The first 5 seconds, well, okay, what are they going to do next? Okay, the red lights are turning on. Oh, that's a bed. Oh, the girl with the wig is on. And then it was like, what the hell is this monster? And you guys are falling in love. What's the deal?
I liked the monster.
What is this? Is this a present? Oh, this is a present. Okay. Thank you, Howard Stern, for buzzing.
Oh
this
God,
time.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
I actually couldn't believe Howard buzzed. I was like, let them finish and see. I think it was a mistake to do the little toy at the end because hello, do you know how huge that? I don't think they were thinking that is a huge stage. I mean, we saw the crowd at the very beginning. I mean, it is. You know, there are so many people, and I can't even see the little 3 eyes. They couldn't tell that it was the same monster.
That whole act was a mistake. They should have done something completely different.
I thought it was cute.
I thought it was cute. And if I had a child, I would bring my child to see it.
But you don't have a child. Would you go?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
you look great.
I mean, you look fantastic. Yeah, would you go see the show without
a child?
Yeah, let's say if you
and no niece or anything.
If you and I were in Vegas and we're like, let's go to Encore or go
Chippendales,
see the show, you know?
I mean, my tickets are already booked when I go in August. I mean, they're already done. But yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but if it was only $20, I mean, that is, you got to. It is one of, not Chippendales, but this one. If it was $20, it would be one of the cheaper acts in Vegas, though, at least. But would I pay $126 or whatever for the light show? I mean, I don't know. I think it's really unique.
There's shows that are $126?
Oh, yeah, but that's
like the Cirque du Soleil
type stuff.
And like, you know, the Broadway plays and, yeah. But I just think it's so unique, and I'm just really rooting for them. But I can agree with you. I don't think they'll make it because of all the other acts that are so great. But this episode,
this is the way I see it. I see it as even if they do make it to Vegas or something big, they're gonna have to hire more people and train them to do things because it's gonna have to fill the whole stage.
Gotcha.
It's gonna have to be a lot bigger. Point. This monster thing was boring. I think they have a lot of talent, a lot of creativity, but they need to fill it up with something different.
What would you like to see them do next week? If they, or not next week, next time, if they had made
Man, you know what? In honor of Batman coming out, do a Batman thing or something.
Good idea.
You know, something fun like that.
Okay, I like it.
There you go. Back up your criticism. I like that. I like that.
I gotta do that, you know?
And that's all I have to. I guess I'm done. Okay, I like it.
We'll let you have it this time.
Thank you. That was hard.
But next was Danielle Stallings, little black girl, 14 years old.
Do we need to say that she's black?
Oh dear.
But she was great.
She was.
She sang Bruno Mars, "It Will Rain," and that's a really hard song to sing.
That's a great song.
Is it? See, I do not know what's hard or easy song, so I'm glad that you say this stuff for the untrained ear.
I'll try to sing that song. I think the issue with that song is for me because I'm a bass / baritone. I can hit some tenor notes, but my voice is pretty deep. So when I was little, I could hit the higher notes, but obviously once my voice changed, that wasn't going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
But with this song, it goes from such a low note to actually that's a lot of Bruno Mars songs. He just gets to a really high note at the end, and so it's that last "It Will Rain," aim, then go back down. So it's that note that really kind of kills it, and I thought she handled it really well. Like at first I was like she's kind of low, but then when she took it up an octave and kind of transformed, and you could see her personality come out. You could see she was starting to own the stage. That's what I wanted to see because when she performed last week and we saw her in the Vegas auditions, and she did what song was that? Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, Who's Loving You. When she did that song, she was confident and she was comfortable with this song. I don't know if she was completely comfortable with it, but she still rocked it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think okay, I really like her. She is one of my favorites. Rooting for her. I think she has a very strong voice for being 14. But I will agree with you on that sense is this was not her best performance.
Right.
I don't think, unfortunately, and I don't want to say it because I really like her, and it was still a great performance. I mean, don't get me wrong, but what is it in Vegas when she said, what's the song? Sorry, the Michael Jackson song. I just say the Michael Jackson. Who's Loving You? I was like, because I had never seen her really on the show. I was like, who is that girl?
I thought you were going to say, who is loving you?
Who is loving you. She's 14. Her mama. No, but yeah, I was like, who is that girl?
Yeah.
And after that, and that's the kind of shows that I need to see from everyone. It's like, who is that? Get my attention. And this time I was like, oh, she's good. You know, very American Idol-y, and I think she's still good, but that grabbed my attention. So not her best, but good enough. I think I would like to see her.
She's gonna make. She has to make it.
I mean,
she has to. Yeah.
It's acts like these that make me feel like it's really hard to tell between seeing something live or seeing something on the television.
I agree with that.
Sometimes you just can't see it. And I feel like if we were there live, she would have been so much better. You know, it didn't really impress me. I recognized her voice, and I was amazed that a 14-year-old can sing like that, and she's on her way to stardom, no matter what happens here on out. But I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't make it to the top 4.
Really?
I wouldn't. She probably will, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow. Okay.
Are you saying the top 4 overall?
Or just like this?
Oh, this week.
She means
I don't know why I lift my notepad and use it to make my.
That's
just
okay.
That down there.
Grand.
That's right. That's a big square. You know, you gotta go. I mean, she looked. I do love how she dresses her age.
Yeah.
And she.
yeah, absolutely.
She seems very humble.
Yeah.
And even though she knows she has an amazing voice, she doesn't quite know she has an amazing voice. You know, and I think there's a lot of growth in her.
Yeah.
And I like that. But you know, hopefully she moves on. But
and let's talk about she has braces too. It can be difficult to sing with braces.
We were just saying that.
Especially when I had mine. I had because I used to suck my thumb, and they had those prongs underneath. So when you put your thumb in your mouth, it like pokes your.
What?
Yeah. Because it was to stop you. But,
is that a new?
Oh God, how old were you?
Yeah, is that a new
I was
thing?
the same age as her. I got my braces off when I was 14.
Did you put your thumb in your mouth?
Yeah, till I was like 12.
Really? Oh my God.
That was why I had braces.
Someone's got attachments.
Oh yeah.
Buck teeth. But yeah, it's a little difficult just because with all that stuff in your mouth.
Yeah, because I had braces too, and again, I can't sing, but it is very difficult.
Yeah.
And that's what we were commenting on. We're like, how does she sing like that with braces?
I mean, honestly, when she's got everything together, a little more maturity, she's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
But
Donovan and Rebecca, like at a brain.
I love them. I really love them. There's a certain emotion and passion for them that it goes right through the screen into my heart. And that sounds so cheesy, but they kiss, and that you can feel the love and how much love they have for each other and for people around them, how much they love performing.
Yeah.
And they work so well. They're like identical, like rock hard, and they need to move on. They need to move on.
Rock hard bodies.
Rock hard bodies, yes.
Like rock hard.
I mean, sometimes they wear like
inappropriate.
Uncomfortable.
You didn't like his nude pants with the little glitter to cover.
I'm sure I didn't mind it as much as sorry, Emile over here, but.
Yeah, about that.
That's what I said. I was like, gosh, what is he wearing? And then today I even commented, I was like, oh, she let him dress normal today. He actually is wearing jeans. I thought he was going to come out in a tight purple tights with little glitter around there again. I was like, well, at least he got to wear
and then rip it off into the Speedo.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think these guys should make it to the next round?
Yes, absolutely.
I think so.
Right? They're amazing.
I think so.
And every single time you see them, they bring out something different.
I was going to say, I like how they bring out a whole new element. They surprise us each time. And it's really not even... Some people, they come out doing the same tricks. They just do it in different ways.
Right.
Totally different tricks each time. And I really like how they kissed. I thought that was really, really cute.
Yes.
Oh.
I did too.
And I think the whole time... Okay.
I don't think it was on purpose. I think they just kind of like, oh, I can't help it. Kiss you.
Really? You don't think that they put it in the act?
I don't think they did.
Ooh, that's cute. A spur of the moment kiss.
That might just be my,
I thought it was
tender heart being like.
Well, I think that's cute. See, I'm such a planned person. I'm like, of course they planned it, but the spontaneous kiss, that's cute. I like that. And I'm never the type to like cry over like shows or whatever, but this one really touched my heart today because I saw the dad or the story about his dad and with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's Alzheimer's. He didn't say, but he said he can't even remember his friends and family sometimes. And so my grandma suffered from Alzheimer's, so I was like, obviously it already struck a nerve. But I was just like, he's really doing it for his dad and then his wife, and so obviously the elements come together for me. So I was really touched by this one. I really liked this one.
I mean, for me, I just
Amazing.
enjoyed their strength, like the moment where she went down and he was balancing with just her foot.
Oh, that was
and I thought he was gonna drop her. I thought she was going to drop it for sure. And then I remember after we got through, they were like, how is she going to get back up there? And she took her body up and just grabbed it. I don't know how.
They're
amazing.
so strong.
Amazing.
And I don't even think they've been doing it for most of their lives. That's what's even more
I
amazing.
think they started later.
I think they kind of decided to do it together, and they probably are very, very disciplined and determined and ambitious, and it's kind of like a love story / inspirational story. It's a really good act in not just the visible way, but in an emotional part too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right, and that's what makes the acts is you have to like everyone. Why does everyone like turf too? Because there's a soft spot for turf. So I think that's really good. And
why did people like Tempo?
You know what? I was fooled.
I was fooled too. I was. Yeah, we were.
I mean, those are acts. He made me cry.
I actually think that it was Emile and AJ that weren't really into it, and we were like, oh.
I think AJ might have been into it.
I think I was the only one who didn't.
No, he said that he's like, he didn't want to say because he was like, he didn't want to sound like anti-war or something.
Yeah.
Or makes him angry or something. But you were like, you didn't care. You're like, I'll take the hate mail.
Yeah.
You can be mean to me on Twitter. Go ahead, cyberbully me. I'm calling him out. And you were right.
That was right.
But see, that's not right. Side note, it is not right to pull on the heartstrings of America.
That is, that was
incorrect.
Wrong. That was wrong.
But it's okay to pull on the heartstrings of Canada.
I didn't say that. You know. But hey.
But it is okay. Anyway.
But yeah.
For Olympic sake, it's fine.
I think this was an act that I definitely would pay money to see live.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. And I definitely want to see it live. I hope they make it to the top 4 for sure.
I do.
And, I know our fans can't interact with us or see us live, but if they go to iTunes, they can leave comments, and there's a new podcast app that Apple released last week, or actually it's 2 weeks ago now, I think. If you download that app, you can get all your podcasts in there, listen to all your favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and be sure to subscribe, rate, comment, and share it with a friend, because, like I keep saying each week, if you tell more people about us, then they'll tell their friends, and then we'll go viral, and then
let's get this going.
Whole chain of everything.
We love doing this.
And get us back in the top 10, because we're struggling.
Please,
here.
that is like one of my goals, and I don't know how to do that.
Not struggling, all right?
I don't know.
I want to be on the top 10.
Let's be honest, but I want to be back in the top 10.
Please. Thank
you. Okay, you can't say no to this. Heartstring.
But yeah, let us know what you think about all the acts, and talk to us. We'll respond to you on iTunes, and check us out on YouTube too, and you can talk to us on Twitter, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Twitter definitely.
So the next act was our favorite act, Big Barry. New York, New York.
What was the song he sang today?
Oh, today he sang the Michael Bublé version of Feeling Good.
How does it go again?
Feeling good.
Feeling
good. You're killing me.
Great.
Let's go.
Big Barry rendition. No, thank you.
I was in tears crying because it's so great.
It's not great.
He's good. Okay, well, listen. He's a horrible singer. He can't sing, but
except for that one note.
That one note, he killed it.
Hit it.
Okay, here's the thing though. He said he's from Fort Lauderdale, which if you know anything about Florida, pretty much half of Florida is all like retirement communities.
Yeah.
So he's from Fort Lauderdale, and he's like chilling at the beach and stuff. They show in his little montage. But then he does karaoke. I have a soft spot for karaoke.
Yeah.
I love karaoke. And I would want to do karaoke with him, and maybe that can be his act. That's his act.
No.
In Vegas, he can pull people from the audience, do karaoke with him.
Oh my gosh.
Let me be his manager.
That is a really strange act.
Oh, I would pay $20 to do a
karaoke with Big Barry. I'd be like, New York, yeah, let's do it, Big Barry.
Birds in the sky.
The thing is, I think there are tons of Americans that will vote for him and agree with you too.
Thank you.
Hopefully, there are tons more that agree with me and say no.
Well, let's talk about the controversy with this though, because
let's do it.
This caused a big fight between Howie and Howard.
Rightfully so. I was totally there on Howard Stern's side. I know you guys weren't. I was shutting my mouth while you guys were bashing him, and I was like, go there.
Wait a minute.
You go.
Wait a minute. Because Howard was pissing me off this episode for numerous reasons. Because yes, Howard is a great judge. Yes, he's entertaining. But, and I mean, we've been a big fan of Howard since the beginning. I was like, he's so warm, kind-hearted. He's giving like constructive criticism. This episode, he was extremely cocky. He was trying to make the show about him, and it was bothering me because I like, if you're entertaining, that's great. And if I think, yeah, oh yeah, you're making the show better, that's great. But I don't want you to blatantly tell me that you're the reason why the show is great. You're the reason why I should be watching. And that was bothering me this episode. And him and Howie got into a fight because Howard was saying that Big Barry didn't deserve to make it through to the New York rounds, or the New Jersey rounds, as we like to say. Yeah, because who did he say? Andrew De Leon, who was the opera singer. Beautiful voice, but he kind of flubbed during his audition in Vegas. And Flojo's daughter, who I think has no right to be put in that category. Her voice wasn't even that great. Granted, though, if we're being completely honest, her voice was better than his, but he has an act.
That's right.
Big Barry has an act, and we enjoy it. I was in tears.
But I mean, like, how long is this gonna go on? I think Big Barry thinks he's a talented guy.
He is talented.
He does not think he's an act. He thinks he's the man. He's not. And America needs to put his face in check.
He's the oldest contestant. He's the oldest contestant, just living life, just living the dream.
That's beautiful women. I mean, all over.
Put him on in a lounge somewhere in like a rundown
in a karaoke bar,
not in Vegas.
I would seriously pay $50 to sing with him. I seriously would.
I would.
I would rather have my steak dinner. I would tell you the truth right now.
Well, and then he had a different element this time, because he had like the hot models like walk around the stage with him.
Yeah, he needs more elements than that to keep him going, because he's gonna
Viagra.
Viagra.
I mean, he can barely concentrate with those women walking around.
He was like, oh, I'm feeling good.
I think he was like forgetting the words, and he was just so. And you know, for being so old, I was like, is he getting aroused? Like, I could not believe that. I was like, I thought men that age, that doesn't happen. But man,
it doesn't stop when we get old.
Doesn't stop.
So I've heard.
How old is he, though?
I mean, look at
he's like
Hugh
the oldest
Hefner.
contestant.
I mean,
When I was her age, I rode a tramp steamer from Bar Harbor to Hilton Head.
Yeah, if Hugh Hefner can do it, anybody can.
Exactly.
There you go.
You know, the thing is, Howard Stern, okay, he has that point about Big Bear is kind of taking the spot of someone that is more talented, but at the same time, I think, at the end of the day, America will vote for whoever deserves to win. Like, the person that deserves to win is definitely going to be the winner.
Right.
It's already premeditated, not on purpose or whatever. It's in America's hands already.
All the bickering and banter that was going on between them was super annoying. It was frustrating even for Sharon, because she couldn't even talk.
Yeah, she
didn't get to.
She couldn't even talk.
That one vote. And I think I agreed the whole time. Again, we've been rooting for Howard, and he was so out of line today. I don't care what anyone says. He was so out of line because he was like, you owe people an apology. Howie, you don't owe anyone an apology. Exactly. And why did the producers, and why did Sharon okay it? You can't possibly tell me that everyone was saying no, all the producers, everyone didn't want Big Barry to go on, and then, but it was just Howie that wanted him, and now it's all his fault. He doesn't owe anyone an apology. I think that the, 80s pop rock band or whatever is not entertaining nor talented either. So, I mean, and they still went through, or, whatever people think. And something that I really used to like about Howard was every single time he would give people constructive criticism, like you with the Batman thing. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he would give them, this time, he was just knocking down the axe to make it all about him and trying to figure out ways to attack Howie, which I thought was in such a horrible character.
Okay, here's the thing. Maybe he's doing it for the ratings, but that's kind of a turn-off for me, because I enjoy the positive. I don't like the negativity that I see between
judges. Or else
we'd
watch Jersey Shore.
Right.
Like, it's about fun.
I don't think he was being negative. I think he was being honest, and he was getting frustrated because I think he hates this act so much. He cannot believe it's there. He's appalled by it, and he's so frustrated that he wants America to know his opinion, that this act should not continue. I think that's what Howard Stern was trying to prove.
Yeah.
I agree that he shouldn't be so rude to Howie, but it is Howard Stern, Howard Stern is on America's Got Talent for a reason.
Agree to disagree.
We gotta accept him for what he is.
You need AJ.
I need AJ.
I think he's so mean.
Imagine AJ right there.
Okay.
Rooting you on. Yeah.
What's up, homie?
But going back to Big Barry, just real quick, something that I will say is for every single act, minus a token couple, I keep getting bored. I keep going, oh, I'm bored. Big Barry, I hated Big Barry.
Yeah.
You can even look at the past episodes. I think it was the last time I was like, how could Big Barry go on? They could have allowed Turf and the East Coast guy to go on and make their. I was really against Big Barry until this time. And he is the only act so far that I have enjoyed more with time as opposed to less with the only one. So I mean, oh my God, if he, I don't know if he will, but if he made top 4, man, he might get my heart. I don't know.
Oh gosh, I hope he goes on me if he does.
I never thought I would say that, but I was very shocked.
See,
also that I loved Big Berry.
And I want him to add some pop songs to it. So do like some Katy Perry or
dance
some
moves.
He's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do that.
Somebody that used to know.
I like
Adele.
Oh, we've got an act.
There's a fire.
All right.
All right.
Big Berry, call Emile.
Seriously, let's perform together at the AfterBuzz TV talent show.
We got it.
Is that still happening? I'm gonna make it happen somehow.
Okay,
you gonna make that happen? Yeah. Okay. No Big Berry.
Tom Cotter. Oh, the comedian. I thought he was funny towards the later part of the performance. The beginning was kind of dry, and the jokes weren't that funny. And his whole theme was, you know, the common sayings that people say. He was playing like jokes on that. Oh, you know, break a leg. No, like that's not funny. And I mean, I don't know. I think the joke we both started to laugh at was the one where he was talking about I know it's like the back of my hand, and he was saying, well, I'm more intimate with the front of my hand or something like that.
That was so good.
And that was funny. Then after that, it was like, oh, we're laughing. Oh, we're laughing. Oh, we're laughing. Yeah. And then...
Wasn't there another one that got our attention before that, though? The back of the hand? I really am trying to remember it, but I can't. It was something that was good, and I just remember going, okay, now you got me.
Yeah.
Like, right then. I can't remember what it was.
I guess it wasn't that memorable for us, but...
I don't know anything about this act. That's...
What?
Again,
Not even the back of the hand thing?
No, I didn't remember that until you told me.
But it's
funny, that is so
Actually,
funny.
you guys told me that.
If your mind's in the gutter like ours, it's funny.
Maybe I was so depressed by Big Berry that I couldn't even.
Maybe she was just so traumatized.
I was still in the high. I was still in tears when Big Berry had to like.
Maybe that's why Tom Cotter was so funny. I like Big Berry. And look at Big Berry improving acts too.
I like comedians. Maybe those two should be
Big Berry can be an opening act.
They can be together.
Oh yeah.
Which is on E now. You should check out the AfterBuzz TV after show for that.
Opening act. That's right. Are you on opening act?
No, Jason is though. One of our.
Oh, Jason's awesome.
Yeah.
Jason is real awesome. I was doing Catalina
too.
with him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. But yeah, Tom Cotter. I don't really want to give him that much more attention. It was good. It was alright.
I'm okay with moving on.
I don't think he's gonna make it to the next round.
Oh, you don't? Really?
Me either.
He did.
Really?
I wasn't like I laughed harder at Big Berry, and Big Berry's not a comedian.
But here's the thing. I was hoping he'd make it through because they need a comedic act like that, a stand-up stand-up comedian in.
We're gonna do a screenshot of you doing that.
Please do. So remind me. Don't make this face and post it on the AfterBuzz wall.
Command shift.
No, but sometimes I do that and I go, I am never gonna laugh like that again.
Yeah,
Believe me, I do that. But when we were watching the show, right when he came on and about the break a leg, I was like, I needed you were like, we need a pretend buzzer. Then he got me. I think the reason why he was unsuccessful, at least in the beginning, is I remember saying in a previous show, he does a lot of play on words. Like this isn't the first time he's done a play on words. It's always like trampoline and doing this and that. And I remember saying like, how much can you do it? Because to me, and no offense to him, because it's like 5th grade humor. Like when you start like learning jokes or telling jokes, you learn knock knocks and then why the chicken cross the road and then plays on words. And I think the only reason why the whole hand thing was funny, honestly, is because it related to sex. That's why I think it was funny. Is because I don't know, I took psychology, that was my degree, and anything that's kind of like sexual, it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
I tried taking improv
anything
classes.
Crude, sexist, racist, all that stuff.
Exactly. And so I think that if he ups the ante and does that more, I think that's good. But as far as like the whole like clean, like oh, break a leg, I don't, it's just
true.
I know where you're going with that, and so you're not surprising me.
I see what you're saying. I mean, that's the problem, because he has that against him, because he can't exactly be, that crude or crass on live TV on a, family kind of oriented show.
We have Horace who has his balls being busted every week.
That's family fun, okay?
That's not the same thing as like some jokes that he can be cracking that are more sexual or more.
I know you're 12, but girls these days are way ahead.
You know what? That's right.
That's right.
He was cursing though a little bit.
Yeah, he was saying a few curse words in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say it on the show.
I mean, that's probably as far as he can go.
I don't know. It's split humor. Yeah.
I don't know.
We can move on.
Yeah, okay, we can move on.
Ben Black, the bow and arrow act, another one that wasn't really that impressive to me. I mean, it was good. Granted, I think he has a little thing going on with his assistant more than the arrows.
Thank you.
There's an arrow.
Shooting his arrow.
There's an arrow. Exactly.
Just kidding.
It didn't
Cupid,
feel.
I mean, get your mind out of the gutter.
Right.
It didn't feel like what's that word? A scary act. It felt like a magic act.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it did. Good point.
We talked about this previously. The danger has been there before. Like, is he the one that shot it behind? So we've seen that danger before. This act, there wasn't a moment where I was like, oh God, oh God.
Exactly.
Like, I want to,
Correct.
if it's a danger act, I need to have that moment where I have my mouth open, jaw dropped.
Like the girl with her pole between. Down there, yeah.
Right.
Or even like Rebecca and Donovan today. I really like
right.
That was the scariest moment for me. They scared me more than this scary danger guy scared me.
Real quick, the good thing about Rebecca and Donovan is even though they're doing these dangerous things, you know that they would never want to hurt each other.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's like amazing. Okay, anyways,
I
back.
love the story.
So are you saying that he wants to kill his assistant? Because that's what Howard kept implying when he was trying to steal the limelight.
Yeah, and you know, that was so stupid.
you.
And did you notice that no one even laughed when he said that? Because it was like, Howard, that's really
'Cause
not
by
funny,
the end
and
of
we're
the-
so sick of you.
This is
Just
the last
no.
act before the end of the show, and then by this time it was like, okay, Howard, just shut up, please. Like,
I just kept saying that. I was
Just
like,
shut up.
I literally wanted to tweet him, but then I thought he'd have something really nasty to say
But
back
it's-
to me, and I'd
yeah.
cry.
yeah.
Anyway, so about this death-defying.
I mean, it was
thing.
all right, and he did the arrows, and they had the one last balloon that took a while to deflate. I mean, it was.
I think that was on accident.
No,
I
I-
don't think
It
that
was
was on
accident,
purpose.
yeah.
I think that those things were in the behind the wall, and they shot out.
But we
and
saw
probably-
when they played the replay. We saw the arrows come out from the.
I don't know, but I just.
But I will answer me really this question.
Mm-hmm.
If they were all stacked like this, how did he get them to go
'Cause
this
he
way,
had
this
it-
way, this way, this
He
way?
had them angled different ways, so like one would
Oh,
be pointing
he
this
had
way,
them
one would
angled.
be this way.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even know that. Okay, thank you for clarifying, because I was like, how did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was adjusting the arrows. He can
Yeah.
adjust those arrows.
I
Get it?
I love. I love though how
I'm sorry,
Nick.
folks.
That thing was an obvious. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was a clear mistake when the balloon took a long time to deflate. Because even the girl, it took her a second being like, did all of them? She
Yeah.
had to double
Well,
check.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
knew it was a mistake.
It was a
and
mistake.
then Nick calls him out and goes, "Wow, that was cool. How did you guys make it go all slow
That's
like
so
that?"
funny.
Because I think
love
for a
it.
moment
Oh,
it was a little bit of suspense because when that happened, it was like, oh man, they messed up. And it was like, oh no, it's deflating. So that was a little bit of
That was like
excitement.
the only exciting thing on the show. That's pretty.
Your balloon's deflating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Moving on. Tim Hockenberry.
Wait, but you guys think they'll go on or no?
No.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
No. But Tim Hockenberry was the last one, and he started singing. And at first, I was listening to the lyrics, like, what is this song? Because the melody it was a familiar melody, but I couldn't quite tell what he was singing. And he sang Katy Perry, "Part of Me," which isn't one of my favorite songs. I'm not really a big Katy Perry fan in general. Are any of you guys gonna see her
No.
movie? No. Okay, cool.
No.
Wait,
No.
last week what night was it? It had to be a night I was coming to AfterBuzz because she shut down Hollywood and Highland to do her whole concert for her premiere. I got stuck in traffic trying to come here.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
See, I don't have to take. I just go up the 101.
Oh,
from
neither one of you
North
live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Okay, but about this act.
Right. So he did Katy Perry, "Part of Me," and I mean, I'm kind of thinking back to it now. At first, I said it was a good act. I thought it was interesting, but I don't think that was the right song choice for him.
I agree with you.
I like how it's great that he was being different. He did something that was unique, original, blah, blah, whatever you want to say. I just don't think that was the right song choice. And it's nice that he tried to do a poppy to appeal to maybe the younger audience, but his voice just isn't one that caters to that song.
I mean, maybe he could make it work, but he didn't exactly make it work. I do think he might deserve to be make it to the next round. I'm a sucker for pianists who can sing. And he has a fantastic voice. He plays the piano well. I want to see him do more songs. I do want to see him move on. I think I enjoy the performance, though I know that it probably wasn't his best choice.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? Did you guys like him regardless of the song choice?
I can get past that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked him
exactly.
regardless. I think that he's very talented. But even though the song, I don't really have like a trained ear like for music though, so I thought he was good. But it's more so I did appreciate that he chose not necessarily Katy Perry in general, but something different. Because if he did another whatever, what kind of genre does it? Cochran or whatever they
Yeah.
compare him to. If he chose another one of the, all I call it is like the songs my mom listens to
Yeah.
because she listened to all that kind of Michael Bolton, all that. If he picked one more of those songs, like I would still think he's good, but it would be the same thing. So I was like, well, thank God he kind of like switched it up
Yeah.
and made it exciting.
It's
So
like those songs
I think he deserves to
that
go.
older people are driving their cars, like just smiling.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
That's my mom, and I don't know what genre that is, but that's what I say. Like whatever my mom listens to in the car, smiling like this. If he chose another one of those songs, I still would have liked him, but I liked how he changed it
Yeah.
this time.
I mean,
regardless, good or bad, doesn't matter.
He took a risk,
Mhm.
and I think it kind of paid off, but in the sense that he chose something different.
It will get you talking about him.
Exactly, but let's put him into something that would work with him.
Mhm.
Well, I think Katy Perry, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm very interested to see if he goes on.
I hope he
he's gonna
does.
choose.
I really
Well,
hope
I
he
guess
does.
we'll give our predictions after a quick commercial break, and we'll find out what
Yep.
everybody thinks.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Willie Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AfterBuzz TV. And why? Because AfterBuzz TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AfterBuzz TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo! What a feeling! I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you. And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, guys, I know the suspense was killing you
Kill
the
it.
whole episode. Trying to wait to hear our predictions for tomorrow's episode.
Crucial prediction.
For my predictions, because you know I'm so insightful, I'm going to have to go with I'm not gonna go there. Turf. Danielle Stallings, Donovan and Rebecca, and Tim Hockenberry.
All right.
That is exactly the four I would have chose.
Why'd you guys agree on something?
Look at that.
Oh my God!
Right on.
Oh my
okay.
God, that's weird.
I would have chose. I'm surprised you didn't say that stupid Big Barry guy.
Okay, here's my thing. You
Let's
know,
go.
they have 4 and 5 who have to fight, duke it out. So I think Big Barry's gonna be one of them, and I think he's gonna duke it out with probably I would say probably Tim Hockenberry.
You what? Those are two extreme sides of the spectrum. One talented man.
New York.
Gosh, do not put Big Barry up there in the top 5. Awful.
Vote America.
I'm voting for him 30 times tonight.
So you don't think Aurora Lights is gonna make it?
No. Not
See,
with that little
I do.
monster under the bed thing.
Don't you think? There you go. See, but
Just because of the ending, they had little balloons popping out of a box that didn't even float
That fails.
properly.
If it went through, I think some people would have clapped.
Don't you
The fact
think,
that it was
like-
a total mistake was just.
don't you think Big Barry's whole entire act was failure?
Was clappable, yes.
It was wonderful. He upped the ante. He switched it up with the girls, and he had a band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who do you
was
think's
good.
gonna make it through, Kyra?
Okay, who do I think is gonna make it through, or who I want to see make it through?
Let's talk about Think first. Let's go with
Who I
that.
think is gonna make it exactly what you said.
There we go. Three-peat right here.
Second applause. Thank you. What's my prize if I get it right tomorrow?
Oh, we think of something. Or how about
cupcakes,
this?
cupcakes.
Why don't you guys tweet us and tell us what we would have to do?
And
if-
that way we know that you listened to the end.
Oh
Yeah, you can tweet us, but we all agree, so it has to be. Okay, so if we're correct, then what? Then Emile's gonna have to sing.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine.
And then
Can we take us up
you
to
could,
Auntie?
Why don't you wear a top hat and tap shoes and that'd be fun.
Okay, we'll think of something good.
We'll
We'll think of something good.
Tweet us and tell us what you want us to do.
Who I would actually want. Okay, I still want Danielle. I still want Rebecca and Donovan. For whatever reason, don't hate me. I really no, I would love Big Barry to go on.
Okay.
I actually no, this is the one though. Tom Cotter. I just want to see more of what he has to do. I know. And I would actually sorry to Turf. You know, again, it's just not my thing. I really wouldn't want to see Turf, and I would want to see the Aurora Light crew.
What?
I know. It's just not. I've just seen it so many times.
You have disappointed him with your disagreement.
I know. Well, we
AJ
also
would
disagree.
slap you.
I know. That's why I'm so glad he's not here right now. But it's no offense to him.
I'll do
I
it.
really
No, I'm
like.
He's right in the next studio.
I really like Turf. It's just the whole thing. Just for me, no. But you know, I really like to see the Aurora Light crew actually. I know. But yeah, so those are who I'd like to see.
So you're saying that Turf is not as entertaining as Big Barry?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
I really am
with
saying that with confidence. With confidence.
What? Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. I don't know if I'm going to sleep
Okay,
tonight.
let me ask you this.
So we're gonna be monsters under your bed.
Before we wrap, let me ask you this. If we had a guest in the studio right now, Big Barry or Turf, who would entertain you more?
Big Barry.
Exactly.
But that's personality. The thing is,
That's what it's on.
my point is, Big Barry is singing because he thinks he's talented. He is not a talented singer.
He's a great entertainer, though.
Great novelty.
Good for him. He should go karaoke with you guys.
I hope so. Call us, Barry.
We're having an AfterBuzz TV karaoke night too.
Barry,
Right.
call us.
I create all these events that never come
Prove
through.
me wrong, Barry.
But yeah, so tell us where we can find you guys.
You can find me at KAORIOUS on Twitter.
Kyra Batte.
And you're on South Park tomorrow.
And I'm on South Park tomorrow.
And yeah.
9 o'clock.
And yeah, and I'm all around the place.
Nice. And you can follow me at Emilio E. Jr. and ChasingLA.com.
It's a great blog. Check it
Oh,
out.
thanks. And yeah, that's a wrap, guys.
See you later.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV. Bye.
We're gonna do it in unison.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.